I was just listening to GT Live, and I just want to say, hello, Internet. Welcome to Mad Thunder. Well, let's go ahead and get started here. This is the Mad Thunder event, at least the part of it, in the Events and Tournaments tab over on in War Thunder itself. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, the event's kind of fun, but the rewards are pretty meh. And it's basically a kind of a mini crafting game where it's a lot less arduous than your typical crafting event. Of course, unfortunately, the rewards are not exactly, shall we say, all that vast. Got some decals and some loading screens and a event reward of a loot carrier. Nothing really jumps out at you. Like there's these decals, Mad Girl Looter, Mad Girl Mechanic, this Iron Flame decoration, a Mad Girl Gunner decal, a Maritime Flag Mad Roger, which you might be interested in if you're a piratical type. These decorative spikes you can add on as a 3D decorator, a profile icon, and that's about it. So we're not getting a vehicle out of this. It is just an April Fool's event. But overall, at least it's kind of fun. So you get about these various resources here. You can see I've got quite a few, and you can just assemble various pieces. Now, when you've got the vehicle here, these are upgrades. You can get an upgraded vehicle. This is the Solid Echidna, which has some armor for the gunners and a little bit more armor on it compared to the base model Echidna. So it's a little more survivable. You can assemble that. Then you can add these upgrades. Now, if you're going for the upgrades, I highly recommend the Rage Scanner, and I'll tell you why in just a moment here. The Loot Imager is helpful, but not required. And the ESS, while I find it useful, is not a game breaker if you don't have it. But this Rage Scanner is tremendously helpful. So you can go into one of two types of matches, the free-for-all and the team battle. The team battle is exactly what you expect. You get a whole bunch of people on two different teams. You go in, you raid supplies and caches and things like that, and then you run for an exit point as many times as you can once you've filled up your storage hold. You can do that with several vehicles. You've got about 14 minutes total to do it in, and if you don't get out at the end, you don't get those resources that you had on hand. The free-for-all, however, I find to be more fun and I think more reliable for getting good full cargo bins full of these components. Now, that said, you're also much more likely to die. And dying is definitely a challenge for this game because you don't bring all those resources back. I believe that if you die with a rage token, you can at least keep that token going forward, but I don't think you can't take 4 rage tokens back. So anyway, you got various vehicles here. We got the Echidna, we've got the Porcupine, which is, you can see the inspiration behind these. This is that British, South African AA gun they've got wandering around, whose name is escaping me. They've got a little bit more upgraded version, and then of course an even more upgraded one yet. Then there's the Boar, which has got all of these have got AA type guns on them, which are plenty effective at this BR. Trust me at that, or this level. And then you can get a more upgraded Boar and an even more upgraded Boar than that. This one actually has a 106 millimeter recoilless rifle on top, in addition to the basic armaments on it, which is a twin anti-aircraft gun. The Reptile, this one's a lot of fun. I've gotten it, and the cannon on the back is much better, and it's better protected overall. Then there's the Armadillo, which I don't have yet and can't really speak to extensively. Rhino, which should look familiar to you. And it looks like this has got a genuine tank gun on it rather than just an AA gun. And then the Mule, which is basically just a really big cargo-carrying vehicle. So that's the overall vehicles you can get in this event, but they're only for this event, which runs until, 19 more days as of this recording. So let's take a look at what it looks like. We'll start with a free-for-all match, and I'll show you the basics, and then we'll get into a team battle. Now, a quick comment on strategy. I have found that, by and large, going in with the Boar means it's not as fast. It's got a better gun, but it's not as fast. It's a little bit harder to keep going. And I'm more likely to come out with a little bit better hardware if I start off with one of the porcupines. Now, the porcupine here has a loot of 25. The solid porcupine's a little better armored, but it only has a loot capacity of 20. So we'll start off with the solid porcupine. We'll go in and start the match. You can see on the map, we've got all of these locations around here that have loot at them. And you can see at the very bottom of my screen, in this case, there is an exit point that is a place that you can go to get out of here with your resources. Now here's the problem. We got all these people all working for themselves and only a limited number of places where supplies can be found. So you are likely to bump into somebody early on rather than being able to just kind of loot to your heart's content. So keep that in mind. It is a major issue. See, I picked up 6 vehicle parts there. Now, if you watch carefully, you'll see that when I find some loot, there's this little target there. That's the first upgrade. That's the loot scanner. It shows you where the loot is, or at least when you find the legitimate loot. And I'm already getting pretty full here, so you'll find out pretty quick what the actual loot looks like, and then you'll be able to kind of know what to expect even without the loot scanner. Most anything can have loot, like these storage containers, but I find that generally speaking I have a better luck with the wooden boxes that are kind of piled up, and these types of pallet things, those kinds of boxes. There's just... Okay, see, I've got another bit of loot there. So I'm going to go pick up that loot. And all you got to do is run over it. If you've got a good, strong vehicle, you can just run right into these loot piles and get them that way. It'll destroy them and get everything for you. Now, I just hit a left shift R on my deal to scan for... Okay, I heard some fire to the right. I'm going to ignore it. To scan for rage tokens. Now, rage tokens are... Oh my, this is a bad thing. I got to take out his gun first. Loader. Dang it. The Echidna has got a good long-range weapon. Usually I just try and avoid contact more than anything else. Because by and large, I have the best luck that way. But sometimes you have to go into battle no matter what. Okay, so I'm starting over from scratch here. I don't have any of the loot I just gathered. It's sitting next to my corpse. And anyway, I just hit the rage scanner again. You see these little skulls that pop up. It tells me where people have died and nobody has picked up their rage token. So since I saw a rage token over here, I'm going to pick that up. If I can. Now the goal is to pick up your fill of storage stuff and then get to an exit point. Now I try and, like I said, avoid contact because I'm here to gather resources and then just pick up rage tokens from the fallen around me rather than killing myself. That said, there are times that you're gonna have to fight. Now the Echidna is not as fast as the porcupine. Pretty obviously here, actually, I'd say. But it does have the better gun, but not as much. I mean, they both have pretty low resource storage. So when you take in a more heavily armored vehicle, you're sacrificing your ability to carry loot, and thus it'll take you longer to grind it out. Now let's look for... Okay, we've got some armored parts. Looking for a dead corpse around here somewhere. Okay, I've got a full storage again, but I don't see... Okay, a dead vehicle. Now, this vehicle is showing that it's got a rage token. The rage tokens are the one thing you can't actually get by just ramming into stuff. You either have to kill people to get it, or you have to find these corpses that have rage tokens on them. Which is why the rage token scanner shows you where those tokens are. There's 3 of them at the central hub there. And while I would normally be tempted by it, I don't know. That's a lot of rage tokens. If you get 5, it's going to highlight your position on the map and make you a big fat target, though. So keep that in mind. And since my exit point is all the way on the south end, I'm going to go ahead and pass through, see if I can get at least 1 or 2 of these rage tokens. Now, you can see over there in the distance a sandstorm a-brewing. About 7 minutes or so, maybe 6 minutes, this area will get covered with a sandstorm, and actually it will make your life easier if you're trying to avoid direct contact. Okay, got a rage token there. There's probably one there. Probably one up there. The rage tokens are how you get kind of the better vehicles and things like that. More so than, the loot and things like that. Less so compared to the other components, which you can use to build and upgrade your vehicles. So the rage tokens are kind of vital for the event, but there's not. You'll get them as you go. I don't find I have to spend any particular, huge amount of time finding them per se, so much as just picking some up on the fly. Once this sandstorm hits, it's going to reduce visibility by quite a lot, and that'll make it a lot easier to avoid contact with enemy units. Now, I could jump on this road, and in fact, if I do, it'll get me down there faster. The concern, however, is that some people have taken to camping the exits. Here's something to my left. Don't like this at all. Okay, that white spot there, in this case, is the exit zone. So we're now going full bore towards it. And we're looking pretty good. Okay, so my life is much easier with the storm coming in. Now that I've got my first load, I can go in with my second vehicle, or third vehicle in this case, and go for some more loot. And they'll put my exit point, well, they'll sometimes put it in different places. In this case, it looks like they put it in the exact same place. So let's go ahead and get moving here. I don't have a rage token scanner on this one, so I'm going to be just having to hope I'll get some. Now, as you can see, there's places on the map that are circled in red. Those are your resource points. That's where you're going to find the most resources, especially the larger ones. Now I'm going to go ahead and start. And this has working taillights. Ha! Okay, I'm going to drop right up in here into this zone right here, run over some things and see if I can get some resources. Now I'm not really clear if these barrels actually do anything. It seems like they do provide some loot resources. Here's what a loot looks like sitting kind of just out in the middle of nowhere. Just kind of this pile of components sitting out there in the open. And that's how you know when you're going to pick something up. Somebody is lighting things up over there. I really don't like that. Anything? I've gotten a little bit extra. Is there anything in there? Okay, I got a little bit more. Okay, I've got a full load now. I want to get out of here to my exit point. Here's the problem. I've already been hearing enemies firing in the area. Well, I'm going to have to watch carefully what I'm doing here. The other aspect to keep in mind is that if you can get back more times, you can pick up more loot. Okay, somebody's firing over there. Good place to avoid. That's him right there, in fact. You know what? If he's on fire, this might be a good opportunity to pick up a rage token. Okay. It is not a good opportunity to pick up a rage token. Let's get out of here. I can outrun the boar, but it's not necessarily as cut and dried as you might think. Okay, we're full bore. We're heading for the resource point. Okay, there's a dead vehicle up here. I'm gonna just kind of swing by it and see if they've got a rage token on the way past. But I'm not going to spend any time stopping and looking. Okay, no rage token. Keep moving. Okay, I'm going to get... there we go. Flip this guy around. One of the nice things about this road is I can turn my gun around and still be looking behind me and yet know pretty much what's going on. A quick glance forward is all I need. Okay, there's only about 3 minutes left in the match. That is not enough time to pick up another load. It's just too short. Especially with an ouch. I should have been avoiding that. Especially with the slow bore that I'll have to take. So we're going to go ahead and get this load in, and then we'll leave the match. Voila! So this is all based on the Mad Max type thing going on. Interesting and fun. You know what? 2 minutes 20... no, cancel. No, there's no point. Not enough time for that. So that's kind of the free-for-all method there. I didn't get in any real big fights. I did get killed the one time. Well, yeah, the one time. And that's okay. That's just how things go. With all those components, I can then assemble upgraded vehicles. In this case, looks like there's a strong porcupine I can pick up instead. So let's go ahead and assemble that. I'm not even going to bother assembling the upgrade that would be part of that. Now let's go to a team battle, and we'll compare and contrast. One of the things I noticed with team battles, though, is that resources are a lot harder to come by. Part of that is because people are looting everything, and they're not shooting at each other as much, and people are being a little less cautious. The other part of that is that I just think there's just more people, because it's double the size of the match. So let's go ahead and go for the... we got the strong porcupine. We got the powerful porcupine. Lower loot capacity, but the powerful porcupine. Let's go ahead and bring it and see what that plays like. Let's go down here. Now, you'll also notice on these maps, there's these smaller circles. These are smaller resource points. And with these smaller, in the smaller load capacities, those are great places for me to go to. Now, in theory, the symbols should tell you kind of what types of things are going to be at the various points. Now, this strong porcupine, powerful porcupine, is a little... as definitely not as fast as a regular porcupine. Is it worth the extra armor? Probably not. In fact, the regular porcupine, for the things I use it for, is probably the best one. Okay, now in this case, you'll see that our exit point is in the top left corner there. That is A-okay by me, because I'll be able to take a swing through several of these smaller points and find some loots. Okay, nothing so far. I'm going to hit both of these real fast. Got a few things there. Now, the porcupine isn't so good at taking out these shipping containers. It's pretty good at going through like those boxes and stuff. Not so good at the shipping containers. Okay, I just need one more and I'll have a full load. All right, so we're good there. I'm going to keep on trucking. We'll see if we can pick up some more loot on the way. I only have one more item I need to pick up, so it's not like I'm going home with my pockets empty. Come on, let's get one more and then run for the exit point. Okay. There's already some out. I don't have to ram anything for it, but I'm going to anyway because if nothing else, it'll leave more loot for other people. Okay, I managed to damage something really minor. This. Oh, do I have another weapon? Oh, I've got a flamethrower! Oh, that is awesome. Alright, looks like somebody is really trying to work the area over here. Okay, we gotta watch out though, because people are likely to be looking for people to shoot right about now. Let's keep it moving and try and stay off the main road because people have been known to camp those exit points. Now I'm tempted to go... Oh, yep, not tempted anymore. Let's pop over and just see if we can give this guy a help. Nope, he's good to go. The Echidna is probably one of the more effective ones overall because it's a good balance of speed, firepower, and overall capability. Plus, it's really nice to be able to shoot forwards over the top of your cab, unlike this guy right here. Woo! Okay, so I got my first load. We're going to get out of here in just a second. Very nice. Witness me! Oh. Okay, so I did not have any trouble with that one. Let's go and go to the Echidna. You know, I'm tempted to take that one. No, let's bring in the boar. That's got a huge 50 component capacity, and I've got plenty of time, so let's go ahead and do it. Let's see, where is my exit going to be this time? Same place, okay. Now you can see that people are pretty well flooding the main areas between on the way to the exit. So I'm going to have to go a little bit farther afield to reliably get some loots. So let's go. There is somebody right there that needs a little attention. Now this does have a rage scanner on it. Okay. Turn and... Okay. Plenty of loot just got left behind by that boar, and it looks like nobody's actually getting near it. Let's roll in real fast here. And obviously I'm now getting in the middle of a little bit more hostile territory. Okay, swing in, grab the loot, and that gets me a full load already. Let's go ahead and hit the rage scanner. Okay. Where did I see that? I know I saw some rage around here. Where was it? I'm going to help out with this guy right over here. Up and over. Okay, I got a rage point for killing somebody. I don't need any of the loot, but I'm going to grab any rage points off this guy. Okay, so I've now got 4 rage points. If I get one more, I'll end up being visible on the map to everybody. Alright, we've already got a report of campers at the extract point. I'm going to go ahead and grab, if I can get one, this. No rage point, okay. There is, oh, look at that! Come on, reload faster. Okay. I don't mind him getting away per se. I'm just more ticked off that he took the shot. Looks like there's a rage. Ooh, lots of rage points available up right next to the exit. Oh, I really don't want. Okay. And now I'm highlighted on the map for everybody to see. But there's a whole crew heading towards the extract point right now. And if I can get in there about the same time as them, the odds are pretty good I can get through that mess.
Thanks, I owe you one.
Okay. I was expecting that. Okay. That means that he was camping, waiting for me. Okay, come on, get over the side, get over the top, get over the... Dagnabbit. The problem is now I don't have any ability to deal with that. Because at that point, they actually allow you to drive while having just a driver. So once they've killed all your gunners, yeah, that guy's going to be unhappy with what's about to happen to him. Because there's a whole team that could be looking for him now. I doubt I can get there in time, but you know what? He's attracted some of my personal negative attention. Let's get rolling. This is one of the vehicles you can get in the more advanced vehicles. Looks like the team's already all over his butt. I hope they take him out, and I hope they capture every rage point from him. If they don't, though, I'm coming. I'll get there. Very nice. Okay. Okay, I've got a full load now. I don't have a rage scanner on this one. And I'm okay with that. I should have just ignored it. Right. There's the scum that's camping right at the extract point. Thing is, he's going to have to extract at some point too. And he has a different extract point than we do. Okay, come on up and over. What I wouldn't give for some artillery right about now. Okay, where's he at? Right there. And once again, see, this is the reason why I don't like the team play. Because if you end up in a bad situation where they're camping your exit, you get nothing out of this. So yeah, I mean, I really prefer the free-for-all. You have a greater chance of getting killed overall, but you have a lot better chance of getting out with some resources. So let's see. You'll note that several other exit points just opened up. Now I already know there's nothing to speak of there. I hope they kill that guy who's been camping there, because he deserves to die. One minute left. Nah, I'll just go straight for the extract. I just find there's a lot more scummy behavior happening in the team version versus the regular free-for-all. Mainly because there's less coordinated scummery. Now, I'll tell you honestly, I am enjoying the free-for-all version of this. It's a lot of fun, absolutely enjoyable gameplay. It's very much, it's different, but it's also doing very familiar things. And that's what I really like about it, is the familiarity combined with a fun kind of new thought process. I'm not going to make it in time. Doesn't matter, I don't have any resources to bring in anyway. But you'll see that pretty much I don't get there in time, and it's like, oh yeah, all dead, then we're gone. So, no big deal. So you can see I got far less resources overall out of the free-for-all than I did, I got far less resources out of the team play than I did out of the free-for-all. Mainly because there was too much coordination on the enemy team, and they were camping the extract point. So, overall, yeah, definitely prefer the free-for-all. Otherwise, this idea of extracting at fixed locations is really a pain in the butt. So, what do you think of this event? Is this one you're going to be playing, understanding there is no vehicle that you're grinding that you'll be able to keep at all? There's just some decals and a loading screen. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Give me that old thumbs up if you enjoyed my video. I talked all through this one as opposed to kind of doing a lot of pauses there. So let me know if this worked for you for describing how the event worked. You have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next video. Maybe even in some more Mad Thunder.